I'm Wardah Khalid, and today I'm the face of America. I think the Muslim ban is very, I don't even know how to put into words how bad the Muslim ban is. It's disappointing, it is infuriating, it is condescending. It's just, the worst possible things about America that could happen is in this Muslim ban. The way, we're discriminating against a group of people simply because of the way that they pray or what they believe in. And it's rooted in this deep Islamophobia and white supremacy of the current administration. And they've made no excuses for it. Like even on President Trump, when he was campaigning, he was constantly saying things like, total and complete shutdown from Muslims entering the United States, to Islam hates us, to not really directly refuting questions about registering Muslims or putting them in camps or anything like that. So, he could have taken a stand against this, but he's enabling people to pass this, and he tried 3 different times to pass a Muslim ban, and now he finally succeeded at the Supreme Court last week, and that was really disheartening for our community. But it also kind of puts the cards on the table and shows us what we're up against, and motivates people to work even harder to overcome this and go back to what America's values truly are and truly should be, instead of where we're at right now. My name is Wardah Khalid. I'm a policy analyst, I'm a public speaker, and I'm an activist. I focus on Middle East policy, refugees, and Islam in America. I started an organization called Polygon Education Fund to teach Muslims how to engage with Congress, and I work on refugee immigration advocacy full-time. When there's anti-Sharia legislation going on, why are we only showing up the day before, and hoping that somebody will listen to us, instead of being there every single day, 365 days a year, telling our members of Congress and our state representatives and our local representatives how we feel about issues, and that we do have power, and that we are going to vote, and if they don't do the right thing, we will vote them out. So this is what I'm trying to do, is help Muslim Americans get plugged into the policy-making process, and that's exactly what Polygon is about. The reason why Muslims are perceived negatively in the U.S. is quite complicated. There's many different factors that have caused it. I think a really good place for folks to look at is the Islamophobia industry, which is a multi-million-dollar industry focused on just that, ostracizing Muslims, passing anti-Muslim legislation like anti-Sharia bills in Congress and in the state governments. And feeding misinformation to pundits and politicians in order to make bad policy, to marginalize and discriminate against the Muslim American community. And so when that is fed in by the government, along with media and movies portraying Islam in a negative light, portraying Muslims as terrorists, we've seen this go back to, for decades. This is not the first time that we're seeing it. If you look at the Gulf War and Iraq War, that was a time of high Islamophobia as well, because the American public was seeing Muslims as the enemy. So our foreign policy, our media, and our domestic politicians all play a role in the Islamophobia that is so pervasive today. So my work for the Muslim community actually stemmed from the rise of Islamophobia. Back in 2009, I started a blog for the Houston Chronicle called Young American Muslim. And the reason why I started that was this was the time when Obama had just gotten elected. We were seeing really anti-Muslim rhetoric everywhere because people were accusing him of being Muslim, as if that's a bad thing. I saw a lot of misconceptions about Islam. The Ground Zero Mosque controversy was going on. I saw people like Pamela Geller and Robert Spencer going around, proclaiming lies about Islam and scaring people about it. And so for me, as a Muslim American, from Texas, I felt like I was in a unique position to kind of bridge that gap between Muslims in the U.S. And non-Muslims in the U.S. And so I started my blog working there just because I felt like there needed to be some sense of justice, there needed to be some sense of civility, there needed to be some sense of actual accurate information about my faith. Studies show that if you actually know a Muslim, you're going to have a much higher perception of Islam and Muslims than if you don't know one. But the problem is that 2 out of 3 Americans don't actually know a Muslim. And so I think, bridging that gap, and that's kind of what I was trying to do with my blog, is really, really important. And it doesn't take that much effort, it's just having a conversation with somebody. A lot of people, with the election, we often had conversations with people like, oh, I have Trump supporters in my family, and I don't even want to see them at Thanksgiving and things like that. But I would turn around and say to those people like, no, you have actually a really great opportunity because you're a family with this person, and you have an opportunity to speak to them and perhaps be listened to in a way that, say, somebody like me or somebody who they're not related to are not going to be listened to. So sometimes it's just a matter of stepping up and being an ally and having those conversations that can make a really deep impact.